You are growing now. Your dreams are becoming reality. What was impossible yesterday is possible today. Whether you're planning for your family's future, building your legacy, buying your first home, or achieving your academic milestones, you have found a partner to transact with, lend from, insure with, and invest with. You've discovered a bank that grows with you. With Standard Bank, you have the power to make your dreams a reality. From secure online transactions and flexible lending options to comprehensive insurance coverage and smart investment opportunities, we've got you. Experience the confidence of banking with a partner who is as committed to your growth as you are. Because at Standard Bank, we believe in turning possibilities into extraordinary achievements. Now that's growth. Standard Bank.
We are just days away from another wholesome serving of Afrocentric music, high-end fashion, and culinary exploits at the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, today's Blue Table Talks is dedicated to unpacking all that you can expect this year. Welcome. This is Standard Bank's Blue Table Talks, and I am your host, Piwo Dlamini. I'm joined by a panel that is going to help us unpack this year's amazing developments, and I'm so excited to dive into the sweetness and the wholesomeness that awaits us all from the 2nd to the 3rd of August right here at House on Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into it. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Looking
Good
so
evening.
stylish.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for today's episode. It's always such a sweet treat to have you all here to talk about Eswatini's leading food and fashion event, the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle event. I'd like to ask you all to introduce yourselves, and of course, we know that you are dressed by Eswatini's finest designers. Please do tell us who you're wearing, but I think I'll start. I'm dressed by Ntrentre Couture, in case you were wondering. She's one of the 5 official Luju Festival designers, and Thank you. Shout out to Ntrentre. Shout out to Dallas Spaces, where you can find all the local designers who will be showcasing this year at the festival. Sibusile, I'd like to start with you.
Thank you, Pio, and good evening, of course, to all our viewers at home. Very excited for today's episode of the Blue Table Talks, and of course, all things Luju, as well as how we come in as Standard Bank, Eswatini. I am, of course, dressed by Alva, a local designer in Eswatini. And, of course, I also got my outfit from Dallas Spaces.
Love it for you. You look stunning. Jigs?
Well, I'm the only one holding a handheld mic. I believe this is part of my outfit. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Blue Table Talks here at House on Fire in Mahlanya. We speak to the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival this evening. I'm the director of the festival, and I am dressed by Rough Cuts.
Love it.
Yeah, I put this on. My wife said, "Jigs, buy it."
There we go. Because we love local, support local instantly. And then
I am Pilani Mpanza. I run Scotland Republic, which I believe is one of Eswatini's oldest brands. We are one of the traders at this year's Luju, and of course we are a partner. And we are also one of the 5 official brands which will be showcasing at the fashion show. Thank you very much for having us.
thank you. As you can see, we love local. Luju loves local. And we'll be delving into that and how it speaks to the Luju mandate, as well as the developments for this year and the different environments and hives, as we call them. For those who may not know, Luju means honey. So the festival is divided into hives. But here to tell us more about that, Jigs. Maybe let's start off by giving just an overview of what the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival is. This is the 6th edition. So exciting. Congratulations to House on Fire and to Standard Bank for just elevating this event and putting us on the regional map. I think that deserves a round of applause. Yeah. So just an overview of what this festival is, what it's about, and what the core values of the festival are.
Well, if I cast my mind back 6 years or more, this festival was probably 2 years in the planning, so 8 years ago. We were looking to create a festival that had its own unique identity, And as with most of our projects, there's a lot of inquiry into how we set up. And the why is a very, dynamic and critical aspect of how we go about creating our festivals. So we were interested in the spaces of design and fashion and food. And we felt that kind of outside of music, these two spaces really needed attention. Not because, they were struggling in any way, but because these are dynamic spaces and, food's everything we indulge in, and so is fashion and clothes. These are things, everyday consumables. So we felt, let's try and give this focus. And so the Luju Food and Fashion Festival came to life. The tagline and the real driver for us from a why was, what did we want to say? How did we want to approach this focus? And a return to the African future popped up. The concept behind it was really about exploring our African culture and heritage. It was about going back and retrieving and reclaiming. It was about celebrating and bringing this celebration and retrieving and focusing back into food and fashion. So it set about a very dynamic process for us, where the process of reclaiming, going back and reinvestigating, sets up a process of inquiry, and this is the creative process. A lot of people think festivals are just about putting performers up onto the stage. I think we have a very different approach, and so we every year unpack food and fashion within the context of a return to the African future. We've opened this concept up to the region, and the concept is growing into the continent as well. There have been so many people who have said, we're very interested in this festival focus. So it's really dynamic. We're wearing designer outfits this evening. This is just part of the process, that we're creating platforms where we can do this and we can support local development. So it was about giving focus to food and fashion. It was about retrieving our heritage, our legacy, and in the process, giving focus to SMEs within these creative environments, so that, there is a process of kind of bringing them to the fore, of elevating those brands, of really trying to support the development process within these creative sectors. So this project is so exciting, I think, for everybody on board, and it's an absolute pleasure to have Standard Bank on board as a partner, to be able to work with the fashion designers, with the food creators, the chefs, the traders. We're so excited, Piwo. So that's the kind of backdrop to the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. I'm sure we'll kind of continue to unpack it as we move along. Thanks.
Yeah, exciting. Thank you so much for that, Jigs. Now, Standard Bank has become synonymous with supporting creative initiatives and arts development across the continent, and it's so beautiful to see that manifest in Eswatini through this festival. Can you just give us an overview or unpack how the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival aligns with Standard Bank's core values?
Thank you so much for that, Pio. So very excited to be here again this evening, just to really unpack our why as Standard Bank, and really grateful to partners like House on Fire, who actually avail platforms and opportunities like the Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival for us to weave in and really get our hands dirty as a brand, but also really align ourselves with firstly who we are, but also at a broader group level, we do support arts and culture, right? And particularly the creative space, which you find doesn't really get a lot of support, is shunned upon. So again, as a local brand, we felt very important. And of course, it's part of our core pillars to support local arts, to find a platform like Luju where we can, as a brand, weave in not only just our products, but also weave in who we are from a CSI perspective, who we are from just a broader corporate citizen that exists in Eswatini. Our brand philosophy is Eswatini is our home. We drive her growth. So it becomes easy to demonstrate how we drive and demonstrate how we do drive Eswatini's growth by plugging in, partnering with platforms like Luju, which have really grown immensely from inception. I think for me, always exciting to see how Luju has grown. I think we were having a chat with Jigs earlier to say, it's been quite a journey, it's been quite a ride, but really to see the brand continuously committed and dedicated to sponsoring through, finances, but beyond finances also, just really demonstrating our why in terms of, if we speak about growing local SMEs, how then do we bring local SMEs within the Luju space, of course, through traders. And again, SMEs cut across different sectors, which we also support as a bank through, of course, our business commercial banking. But really to also just see local creatives. For instance, we have Skonya today here, who's a brand we've seen and interacted with, I think for me, since I was, early teens. But to really see where the Skonya brand is now and to see that brand on a platform like Luju on the runway, I mean, truly, truly amazing. And especially because it takes us back in the day where there used to be fashion shows. So fashion shows aren't really a thing in Eswatini, but a platform like Luju allows for that, for fashion. And I mean, also, you can imagine the excitement that comes with the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival, the amount and effect, and especially the economic ripple effect that this festival has. It goes beyond driving foot traffic to local fashion designers, because everyone looks good, Pure. I mean, just look at you, honey. Looking flawless, looking pretty. I mean, I'm already excited to see how you're going to be looking like on the day. So really, how are we demonstrating growth in terms of growing local fashion designers? How are we growing local food traders? It goes beyond just the food traders, because we have an even broader ecosystems and suppliers that supply the food traders that actually trade at Luju. So I'm very happy, and also just how Jigs has unpacked it, because I think there's always a misconception around Luju just being a music festival, and it goes beyond being a music festival. I mean, everyone gets to make money on that weekend, right? There's the taxi drivers, there's a whole lot of economy that just thrives in the context of Luju. And that's exactly our why, to say, if we can demonstrate as a brand that we literally are pumping funds towards initiatives that are also showing that the economy of Eswatini is growing, then it really speaks to the need to continue, actually. And further, look into our other properties. I mean, we don't only sponsor the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. We sponsor choral music as well in the arts fraternity. And it's even nicer because I think Jigs also does well in terms of weaving in some of the elements that we already have, like choral. We've seen choral music on the stage. So it's really brilliant also just to see the different genres on the stage, but also how these properties that we sponsor interact with each other. I think really for us, that's our why, but also just our commitment to being intentional around growing Emaswati and seeing Emaswati flourish in the context of Eswatini, but also looking to see how we can leverage opportunities that are within the Africa regions, such as the Joy of Jazz. I think you know that Standard Bank Group sponsors Joy of Jazz. We have Stanbic Zambia that has a Stanbic Zambia Music Fest. So a majority of the Africa region Standard Banks that exist in those countries have properties similar to this. So it would really be interesting to see how there is now a regional transfer or exchange of skills. Would be nice to start seeing a Skonya going to represent Eswatini in a country like Zimbabwe who hosts the Jacaranda Festival. So really there's a myriad of opportunities, but really just beyond the opportunities, it just really speaks to our commitment to really growing the local economy and using different sectors to grow the economy of Eswatini.
Yeah, nicely articulated. Thank you for that. And now, I just want to, you speak so well about Standard Bank's commitment to supporting, creative SMEs, entrepreneurs, especially through the festival. And I saw Pilani really nodding in agreement passionately, because I think you can attest to that impact. And I just want to hear from you as a designer who's been in the game for so long. And I mean, you've worked with Standard Bank, you've worked with Luju Festival. What are some of the benefits that you have enjoyed, from working with the festival and with the bank?
Right. So one of the biggest takeaways from the experience working with the Luju and Standard Bank has been the element of growth by association. One can safely say that both properties are well established and they have a solid reputation. So that is something for us to leverage also in our own brand story, because we believe that for one to be the best, they have to align with the best. So it's basically opened very beautiful doors for us. Besides giving us new client opportunities, it has also done well for our brand reputation as well, because we believe that for us to be a solid player in the industry, we have to align ourselves with other brands that people trust and other brands that people can be happy to align with. So it's basically the element of the two brands that are offering us this opportunity to basically work with us, opening new doors beyond the shores of Eswatini, if one can put it like this. But one of the biggest things we have experienced has been the growth. These days we are very busy with, we are receiving orders for people who want to look good during the day. So without Luju, that will have remained a big rumor. So the biggest takeaway, more than anything, besides the business element of it, has been the association. If you mention that SR was on the Luju stage, it says something in any room, and that thing is a positive or not for anyone who wants to associate with SR. So it's been a beautiful experience, and of course we do look forward to growing with Luju, and of course even more growth as we associate further with Standard Bank Eswatini, definitely.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And just earlier, Jakes touched on the festival's ethos, which is a return to the African future. Reclaiming our heritage, celebrating our culture, and kind of incorporating that into our innovations for the future in the creative space. And I know that resonates with your brand very well. I mean, here you are, a walking return to the African future. You have always been very committed to incorporating, Eswatini culture in your designs. Can you just tell us a bit more about that, about how your brand complements and reinforces the festival's ethos, a return to the African future?
So one of SR's biggest applications as a brand has been celebration of our brand, celebrating our roots as a proudly Swati brand. And we have done our very best to make sure that we incorporate some of the elements for which Swati are known. For instance, if you attend any of the local traditional festivals from Umhlanga to Ingwala, you will see some of the fabrics that are used there. So one of our questions setting out on our brand aesthetic was how best can we bring a modern feel to these elements, because at the same time you want to rope in the youth into how Eswatini can best be represented. So we know that where there's the youth, there's some good fashion. So we have made sure that in every land that roll out, there's something that speaks to us being Swati. And again, speaking now to the theme of a return to the African future, we understand the theme to basically take us, it's been a need for us to take it a step back, like how did our ancestors look? How did people in the past dress up? And that again goes to the element of research that Jigs touched on. We have done best to go a bit back and ask ourselves, how can we remind a Maswati of how people in the past used to look? And if you are going to be attending the fashion show, which we invite everyone to attend, of course, you are going to appreciate how SR has interpreted some of the influences in the past, because we believe that one of the key needs is to preserve our history, because without our history there can be no future for us as a Swatini. So we are also committing ourselves to basically preserving how Emaswati in the past in the past look by celebrating from the fabrics to some of the influences in the past. This comes better. We have done our best to bring this again to life through everything we do. As you can see, this is a kimono. There's something which says I'm from Eswatini in this. And again, during Luju, from some of our customers who dress in Eswatini, we'll see some of the influences. And again, on the fashion show, there'll be something which says we are a proud Swazi brand. And in us being Swati, we also want to take Eswatini to the world. And we also want to bring the world to Eswatini. And we do this better through fabrics. That's the idea for us.
Wow.
Thank you.
That is amazing. Well done to Ghanaian Republic for really flaunting and preserving Eswatini culture in the way that you do. Truly inspiring. Now, Jigs, let's go back to like the festival aesthetic, identity, and environment. Every year, Standard Bank and House on Fire elevate the Luju experience, from the fashion to the culinary program and the music program. What are some of the new developments that we can expect coming into the festival from the 2nd to the 3rd of August right here at House on Fire?
Well, Luju is an experiential festival. It's bespoke. It has a certain kind of je ne sais quoi. Amazing food and beverage, and we haven't really spoken to music yet. So maybe just to give everybody a picture, we expect in the region of about 12,000 people to attend a 2-day festival that focuses on music, fashion, and food. There are various activations and experiences that we call hives, as you mentioned earlier. And each of these hives speak to unique food, beverage, fashion experiences. We have a range of partners, local traders, practitioners, and people who basically offer demonstrations in various trades. And so it's an opportunity to come in and really spoil yourself. It's an opportunity to kind of experience some really amazing foods. The food program, along with the fashion program, are highly curated. So we're bringing in, deserving partners. Partners who are obviously pushing the boundaries in terms of their creative process. It's underpinned by our call to action, a return to the African future, but specifically through sub-themes that we set up every year. And this year the themes are roots in the food space and African futurism in the fashion space. So it's these themes that guide the experiences in these various hives within the context of the festival. And you can literally move around these spaces and soak it all up. I think one of the very dynamic takeaways is that everybody comes dressed up. It's incredible how much time and effort people take to kind of create their outfits. So the space and everybody looks incredible. You can never be too overdressed. It's one of the best produced festivals on the continent. So we always punch above our weight. This event happens in Mahlanya. Don't laugh at that.
Shout out to Mahlanya.
People come in from all over the world, and so we're really excited. To your question, what are some of the new dynamics? You could expect more people. This festival is growing. There's a very strong kind of regional engagement dynamic that we've been working on. So there's a strategy to bring in regional food and fashion traders, practitioners, showcases. So when we speak to a return to the African future, we're speaking to African heritage within the region, and as I said, going forward across the continent. So this is really a celebration of African heritage and culture, and in the best environment you can imagine. The setting is in Ezulwini, the Valley of Heaven, so we're cushioned between the mountains in this beautiful valley. The weather is normally very sweet at this time of the year. And, we've consistently tried to improve the customer experience. So, from entering Eswatini to the parking, to getting your wristband, we want to make things efficient, to make sure that there's enough stalls where you can get your food, that within the fashion cafe, you've got enough experiences and traders and fashion and beauty environments to experience. We want to make sure that, you've got access to toilets and, seating. And this is a family-friendly festival. So we've got a beehive area for children. There's a kids' cook-off, for example, in that environment. So it's very well thought out, even though I say so myself. The team put a lot of effort and energy into this, and it's really a leading festival on the continent.
Love it. A tastefully curated event. Family friendly. We love that there's a dynamic program for the kids, and we can't wait to see that space also just come alive at Luju. Now, Sibusile, over to you. Earlier on, you just really gave us a great picture of Standard Bank's support for Luju and how it aligns with the bank's core values. Now, we know this year there's some developments that also speak to those core values of supporting creative SME developments. Can you just tell us maybe a bit about the food and fashion indaba, why it's so important, what it is, and then Jigs, maybe you can also come in with the program elements and how it will reinforce the overall or shared mandate between House on Fire and Standard Bank.
So the food and fashion indaba, I'll just touch on it briefly. I know Jigs is going to do an even more stellar job at speaking to it. But really why we support the food and fashion indaba stems from what we did last year. So last year, as a preamble to the Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival, we hosted an SME business roundtable, which was headlined by Theo Baloy of Bantu Sneakers. And really the purpose of that was to bring in SMEs that we bank into the room, as well as some of the local traders, fashion designers as well from Eswatini, just to speak to some of the challenges that they experience as SMEs operating within the context of Eswatini. Of course, in speaking to some of the challenges, some of also the successes of partnering and being associated with events like a Luju, similar to how we've just learned in terms of how Skonya has plugged in and how that has helped propel his growth and the growth of his brand. So really, the food and fashion indaba is another space that avails an opportunity for food enthusiasts, but not only food enthusiasts, culinary experts who want to learn more, share some of their skills and get to learn from the amazing panel that's been put together for the food indaba, who also want to learn more from the fashion panel that's been put together for the fashion indaba, because these events are taking place over 2 days, Thursday and Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So really this is a call to Emaswati to say we don't only want to see Emaswati on the runway at Luju, but we want Emaswati who are in fashion, who are maybe want to learn from Skonya, because we've got a lot of young creatives that are out there that don't even know where to start, but availing an opportunity for them to come and interact with designers that are already on the map in country, able to share their story as well in terms of how they started, how they got here, just to give them a bit of also motivation in terms of, I mean, we can all agree when you tell your parents, I want to do fashion design, I swear your parents would nearly beat you to the pulp to say, what's fashion design going to do for you in the context of Eswatini? So we really want to bring these initiatives to fully unpack the opportunities that exist within the food and culinary space of Eswatini. Because beyond the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival, Jigs, there's also a lot of other culinary exploits and culinary experiences that we see in small, teeny bits. And that really says to me, there's an opportunity to have more of those, but people don't even know where to start. So really, the purpose then of having an indaba that's focused on food and everything culinary is for exactly that. Let's bring in local foodies. Let's have them learn from some of our local chefs, but also learn from chefs like Alona Masego, who's done very well for herself in South Africa, who's going to be part of the panel. And I mean, she's not the only one. You have Margaret Dolores, who owns a restaurant, who owns Eldadleni. Thank you so much, Jigs. I nearly forget. I'm sure she'd beat me, Shane. Margaret Dolores. And I mean, she's been in the industry for a long time. So it's nice to see those people in particular come to the space and really speak to their how. How have they done it? How have they navigated this terrain? We can all agree it's very tough to run a business. So really, what it then does for us is we then, of course, get an opportunity to plug in and just speak to some of the opportunities we offer to local SMEs as a bank, and of course position our product and service solutions to say, this is what we offer to local SMEs. We're very intentional about growing the local SME sector. We can all agree to say SMEs really are the buzz of Eswatini's economy, but equally so, they face quite a lot of challenges in terms of growing and expanding their business. Part of the learnings that we get to take out from platforms like the Food and Fashion Indaba as well is how brands can come out strongly and position themselves in a market like Eswatini. But just beyond positioning themselves in Eswatini, what opportunities are there and are available beyond the borders of Eswatini? And you have, of course, some of the people on the panel, like Philippa Thorne, who owns Dallas Spaces. These are people who have worked on Gone Rural for the longest time. They're already in the business of exporting local arts and crafts. How do you tap into that industry and in that space? What opportunities are available, you know, without all of us now wanting to produce honey, for instance, if I were to make an example? How are we all collectively looking at what resources are available in the different communities that we are living in and around from a food perspective? And over and above food, if it's not I'm actually curating or making food, how do I become a supplier of someone that's in the food space? And how are we growing our own local indigenous food to support and contribute towards that food sector? Going back to the fashion sector, I mean, you look at the kind of brands we all hype ourselves with, and I'm not going to mention any brands in particular, but really it would be nice to walk into any of these local franchises and shops that we find in Eswatini and actually be able to buy an outfit by Skonya, be able to buy an outfit by Alva. I shouldn't be limited to driving down to Ezulwini to come to Markans even to come and buy something or an outfit for myself from Dala. I really want to believe with all the talent and the creativity that we have, especially amongst the youth, and there's a lot of youth unemployment. So this really says to me, if the youth is struggling to get opportunities in terms of job opportunities, how are we curating platforms like Food and Fashion Indaba, for an example, to just stir the youth's thinking towards the right direction, to say you don't necessarily have to wait for someone to hire you. How do you use your skill, your talents to actually make money out of what it is that you're doing? So really, I think it would be that pure, but then really, for us, it really just still speaks to how are we really finding ways to make the dreams of Emaswati possible. Because, I mean, look, we're all born with the biggest, boldest dreams. We just don't have enough platforms for us to express ourselves, but to also learn, share skills, and get to interact closely with the Pilani, outside of just, you know, interacting with Pilani. If you see Pilani on the newspapers or you're watching Pilani tonight, if you're part of the Food and Fashion Indaba, and I do know that you can actually apply to be part of the Food and Fashion Indaba taking place on the 1st and the 2nd of August. There's already communication that's gone out on the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival pages across social media, as well as all the Standard Bank social media pages. So if you want to learn more about how you can be a part of the Food and Fashion Indaba, please do go to the pages now look at the application details. I do know that there's an application deadline as well, but I'd really love to employ Maswati, especially the youth, to take advantage of this opportunity. These opportunities don't come very often. I think in our time there were none of these opportunities. So really, I'm so excited and looking forward to the Food and Fashion Indaba, which is the first for Luju.
First,
Yeah.
indeed. You know, what I'm getting from what you've just said is that it's an inclusive space. There's capacity development, skills sharing, and that it's an intentional effort to professionalize the food and fashion industries in Eswatini, which is so important. Maybe before we just move on to the next segment of our interview, Scott, why are conversations and spaces such as the Food and Fashion Indaba necessary? You maybe started at a time when there weren't too many platforms like these. And how do you see it impacting the next generation of fashion designers and culinary experts in Eswatini?
All right. So what platforms like these offer us as creatives and trailblazers of sorts? It's an opportunity for us to interact with the next generation. In that interaction, there's an opportunity to share experiences, to share how SR got to where SR is today, to share some of the challenges that Pilani, as the brains behind SR, experienced over the years and how basically those were overcome. And importantly, it's an opportunity for everyone to learn on how to trade in Eswatini, how to grow your brand or business in Eswatini. And basically, it's an opportunity to empower each other because our legacies are as good as how far we have impacted the next generation. So I see the Indaba as basically serving as an opportunity for everyone who is interested in securing themselves a good future through their skills, to tap into how these industry leaders have done over the years. So it's basically, be it you are in the fashion space or the food space, it's a big opportunity for you to learn basically how we have done it and how best you can also do it if you are interested in growing and making sure that you are also able to feed your family and inspire others through your work, whatever you are invested in. Definitely, that's what it's about, essentially.
Wow, thank you all so much. Okay, as you can tell, this year's event is not to be missed. There's food, there's fashion, there's music, but also we're going to be speaking to the impact at the Indaba, the impact in the food and fashion spaces that spaces such as these make on aspiring entrepreneurs as well as established creative entrepreneurs in those spaces. So we're going to take a quick break for now. Here is a video. Earlier, Jigs touched on the themes for this year's food space, which is roots. And in the fashion space, we've got African futurism. But for now, here's a video unpacking and detailing in the most tasteful and creative way this year's theme for the food space, which is roots.
The Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival culinary theme for 2024 is Roots. Roots is about journeying back to source. It's an exploration of the ancestral lands from which we inherit our very identity as Emaswati and as Africans. The soil is our wealth, our children's inheritance. It connects us to the foods that have not only been our sustenance across generations, but that keep us firmly rooted in who we are. From our roots, we reignite the spirit of community through sharing of indigenous knowledge, skills, and techniques. We celebrate the gifts from the grass, from the stone, and the earth-stained textures that not only advance our very health, but our livelihood. Luju is more than just a festival. It's a homecoming, a remembering and restoration of our worth and prestige. We work together to consciously and actively decolonize our palate by reclaiming our so-called poverty foods. Only as stewards of the land can we say we are truly returning to the African future. Maswati, atibuye masiswe.
Welcome to another tasteful edition of the Standard Bank Blue Table Talks. If you've just joined us, thank you so much for being here. You wouldn't want to miss out on the buzz because we are talking all things Luju in preparation for the 6th edition of the festival taking place from the 2nd to the 3rd of August 2024 right here at House on Fire. Before we get into the conversation that we've been having with our panelists here, please do make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do tag your friends. As you know, it's no Standard Bank Blue Table Talks without some generous giveaway. So we are actually giving away Luju tickets. So do interact with us. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear your views. What will you be wearing? What are you excited about? We've spoken about the developments. We've unveiled the designers for this year. So we want to engage with you. So please do make sure to follow us on our pages on social media at Luju Festival on Instagram and Twitter, and Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival on Facebook. And of course, for more information, you can visit our website, www.lujufestival.com. And for this segment of the competition, before I get into that, oh my gosh, how dare I? We have the competition, so of course I have to give you questions. We are running a competition right now, live, meaning at the end of tonight, you will know whether or not you have your Luju Festival tickets. The first question for this evening is list 4 ways to fund an Unayo account. Simple, oh my gosh, so simple. List 4 ways to fund, I almost put you on the spot, by the way. List 4 ways to fund an Unayo account. Please do comment with your answers and we will select the winner for this question. We've got more questions coming up, 2 more questions coming up, so please do make sure to listen attentively for a chance to win yourself tickets to this year's Luju Festival. All right, Sibusile. Now, we'd like to understand why Standard Bank, understand a bit more. I mean, you've already detailed it. Why Standard Bank invests in an event such as the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. And also how the bank is finding new ways to drive growth for Emaswati as per your ethos, Eswatini as our home, we drive her growth. But also you do that in such an engaging way every single year. We know that with the Luju Festival comes an interactive creative campaign to support it by Standard Bank. Last year we had Made for It, and this year you're bringing Now That's Growth. Can you take us through this campaign and how it helps to support your mandate of driving Eswatini's growth through the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival?
Cool. Very excited to speak about the campaign that we've already launched to market, themed Now That's Growth. And I mean, really, I think the key word or key takeout for us is growth. You'll see growth comes out quite a lot, even in our brand ethos, which is Eswatini is our home, we drive for growth. Why we partner with the House on Fire to grow the local SMEs, which in turn then grow the local economy. But we do that through our people, right? We do that through our people in terms of how do we demonstrate how exactly it is we contribute to the growth of our customers. Now, our customers are also segmented in different ways. We have business customers. We also have personal customers. And really for us to even get to growing the bigger economy, we are very deliberate around providing financial solutions that will propel and foster growth for our personal banking customers. Now, how do we do that? We do that through the kind of products and solutions that we offer them, right, across the 4 pillars of the campaign, which is transact, insure, save and invest, as well as borrow. So how we really want to see this campaign come to life is to firstly celebrate the milestones of the customers that we get to interact with in terms of understanding how through Standard Bank they have grown. We took to the streets, I think about a week or 2 ago, just wanting to tap into Emaswati and find out what their definition of growth is, because we define growth in different ways as Emaswati, right? What growth means to me maybe necessarily is not what growth means to you, and we've got different dreams, different aspirations as well in terms of how we want to grow personally as well as from a business perspective. So really for us as a brand, we are dedicated to ensuring that we are seeing our customers grow And also, we can't do that if we don't have the right kind of solutions. And you'll see, I try stay away from saying products because, product is a very lumpy word, but solutions speak to solutioning for your lifestyle, because we all have a certain lifestyle that we aspire to live, right? And we all want to grow. So really, how does Standard Bank then come in with that solution to help me as Sibusile in my personal capacity to grow, but also how does the bank come in to help me as Gonya, a business owner, grow my business or my brand, And this speaks to the various ways in which we offer opportunities for our customers. It's not just only allowing some of our customers access or availing an opportunity for our customers to experience festivals like Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival, so they get to interact more closely with the brand and get to have a full appreciation of who we are outside of how they interact with us across our banking halls and how they interact with us through our dynamic relationship managers. So really for us, it speaks to just availing ourselves, being at the forefront of eMaswati, bringing the solutions closer to eMaswati, but more than anything, unpacking what these solutions are and how these different solutions under the 4 focus pillars of the campaign come in to now help you as an individual or a business propel and really drive growth for yourself or for your business. But also, we don't only speak to growth in the form of growing our customers. We're also very intentional and deliberate around initiatives we partner towards in terms of growing the local communities, Pure, that we participate in. I think very exciting as well to just note that just the other night when we launched the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival, we also donated towards World Vision and the beekeeping project. That conversation is a conversation that we collectively brought to the table with our partners, of course, House on Fire, who also shared in our mandate to say, how then do we demonstrate giving back to the communities that we operate in and around? Because look, it goes beyond just being a business and making sure that we're making money for salaries. It really speaks to the kind of corporate citizen that we are in the context of Eswatini, you know what I mean? So really for us, excited for the Now That's Growth campaign and excited for all the activities that are going on and happening within the context of the campaign. We have, of course, exciting news. You spoke about ticket giveaways. We are giving away tickets to our customers who are going to eMaswati, who are going to open executive banking accounts as well as private banking accounts. There's an even more exclusive experience that we have put together with the dynamic team, of course, that I work with, where we are offering an exclusive premium experience to Luju. And again, we wouldn't have done that alone. We have partnered with Ford. Eswatini, we've also partnered with local designers in Eswatini. So we're saying if you open a private bank account, you stand a chance to win that experience, where we offer you a premium lounge experience at Luju for you and your partner. So you'll never walk alone. You'll always come with a partner. And of course, you get chauffeur driven to the festival, from your home to the festival, and again from the festival back home, courtesy of Ford Eswatini. So thank you and a shout out to Ford for that partnership as well, who's a local dealership that we work closely with as well through our vehicle and asset and finance teams. And over and above just being chauffeured to the festival, you also get, you don't have to worry about what you're going to wear, because we've partnered with local designers who are going to take care of that. So really, a lot of exciting competitions that we're running. Again, we even have a competition running for our executive banking customers who open, eMaswati, who open executive banking accounts in the period of July. They also stand to win Luju Garden tickets and also get to experience the Luju Festival with their partners. And of course, a little birdie or a little bee has whispered in my ear that there's going to be, just beyond the tickets, there's also going to be a comprehensive festival package that they're going to win. So I'd encourage you, if you're not banking with Standard Bank already and you want to grow, do head to our nearest branches, open an account, get to also understand what's in it for you in that account, and of course how that account can work for you. There's going to be a series of other competitions that are going to continue running, even post Luju, but we just said let's hop on the Luju wagon at least for this and ensure that we're running a competition and not just allowing more Maswati to at least get to experience Luju for what Luju is. And of course there are some giveaways that we're doing as well for our clients, because I'm sure our clients are wondering, okay, but what are you doing for us? We're already banking with you. But again, there's already competitions that the team is running on our social media pages weekly, so you stand a chance to win tickets again there. But more than anything, there's content that we're already flighting on our pages, and of course across the different media channels and media partners we've partnered with for this campaign, where we're unpacking this campaign even further, just to give Maswati a full appreciation of what the campaign is about, what it is that we seek to accomplish. But in the context of Luju, I just wanted to highlight those key competitions, but again, speak to how we're even selling tickets at a discount via our Unayo platform on the Unayo marketplace. So if you don't have Unayo as yet, please do download Unayo. We are selling discounted tickets, Luju Garden tickets, so you do get a chance to buy tickets at a discounted rate via the marketplace on Unayo. Jikes, it's quite a lot, but there's also it's a lot. There's an even more interesting partnership that we have with MasterCard. There's even more. We have time. An even better partnership we have with MasterCard, and we have with, of course, our festival partners as well, Luju as well as Pick and Pay. This one is even more exciting for the culinary enthusiasts and the foodies. There's a competition that's currently ongoing. If you visit any local Pick and Pay shop, any of the no-name Pick and Pay brands, take footage, go take a video of yourself putting together a meal. We are encouraging, of course, Maswati to put together nice indigenous meals, so it'll be interesting to see how you cook your bean stew, if it's beans that whet your palate, or how you also come up with dishes around anything traditional really. But what we want to see is, number one, Maswati coming out and cooking. There is a cash prize of 5,000 emalangeni, but also over and above the 5,000 emalangeni, there's goodies courtesy of MasterCard. So MasterCard is going to be giving away MasterChef goodies, courtesy of MasterCard. So yeah, it's quite a lot. We do have all of that information on our social media pages. So I would really encourage you, if you're listening and if you know a friend, and if you don't know a friend, do tell a friend to tell a friend and their friend to visit the Standard Bank Eswatini social media pages across X, Facebook, as well as on Instagram. There's a hive of activities. So they always say, I think Jigs always says the bees are busy. The bees are already creating a buzz. So excited and happy to share more before the end of the evening.
That's amazing. Shout out to Standard Bank, the gift that keeps on giving. We love it. And I love just how all of these initiatives and campaigns are all rooted in being accessible. We come from a time where at some point banks were just a very intimidating place. But Standard Bank is going out into the people. You're just finding different, innovating ways to find Maswati and just make them know that there's a solution for you. Whether you want to buy a car, a house, there's a tailor-made solution and your door is always open. We love that. We love the difference. We love the impact. And a little later on, we'll be speaking to Sgonya, who will tell us a lot more, having worked with Standard Bank and having worked, with the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival, about the impact and also the growth. As you said, the buzz word is growth. So please do make sure to stay tuned to Standard Bank's social media pages for the various digital promotions and the competitions, and to find out more about everything that Sibusile has touched on in this interview. We are going to take a quick break once again, but when we come back, we have another Q&A. I really hope you were listening because I really want you to win tickets so you can look stylish like us and eat nice food with us and dance to great Afrocentric music with us. So do make sure to stay tuned. Come back after the break for another Q&A and more impactful and insightful discussions.
You're exceptional in all you do, and you deserve to be rewarded. You've worked hard to give your family the very best, and we celebrate you. You have achieved so much, and yet you still yearn for growth. And we get you. We believe in turning your possibilities into extraordinary achievements, and we are here to fuel your growth journey. At Standard Bank, we are the right financial partner to support your dreams. Switch to a bundled private banking account today and access unlimited swipes, ATM withdrawals, and payments. Enjoy a world of travel and leisure with the Platinum Credit Card that gives you exclusive access to over 850 international airport lounges worldwide. Give your loved ones peace of mind and secure your legacy with an embedded income protect insurance cover. We support your aspirations with flexible terms, pre-approved financing, and a team of dedicated bankers available for all your personal banking needs. We know that you have a long-term plan for your growth. That's why we offer you preferential rates on your loans, investments, and savings accounts. Now that's growth. Call 2517-5360 to learn more and open a bundled private banking account.
Welcome back to the Standard Bank Blue Table Talks. It's been a lot of talking and less connoisseur-led premium wine showcases that I was promised, but that's fine. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for staying with us, for sticking with us and being part of the conversation. As mentioned earlier, we are still giving away tickets, and our second question for this evening is list the 4 pillars aligned with Standard Bank's Now This Is Growth campaign. The 4 pillars. Busile mentioned them. I want to tell you so badly, but I know you were listening attentively, so do make sure to comment on our comment section as well as on social media for a chance to win tickets to this year's Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival. And now we shift our lens to our guest trader who joins us this evening, Philani Mbanza of Sconian Republic, a proudly Swati, proudly Stegi brand. Yeah. Steg is very important. You know, straight out of Stegi.
Thank you.
So earlier we spoke about the ethos, a return to the African future, and you mentioned why it's such an important, mandate to drive forward and the impact that it has on future generations and also in our evolution, in fashion and food. But I would like you to just let us know how you incorporate that, if a return to the African future through your designs, the inspiration, and also, I think more importantly, is with so many developments and innovations, the temptation might be there, I don't know, to kind of go with what's trending.
Oh, yeah.
But how do you stay true to, your commitment to preserving Eswatini culture in the spirit of a return to the African future?
Of course, thank you. Like I did mention earlier, one of the first steps that we have to indulge ourselves in making sure that we are within theme and context is a bit of research. This is a research which basically introduces us to important insights, like how did people before us dress up, from heads of the family to spouses in the family to children, and basically to ordinary people on the streets, because we believe that we can tell better stories of the past through how we look. So what we have done as SR was basically to do that research and essentially try to interpret those insights through the fabric selections that we have opted for in this within this particular theme. For instance, if you say a return to the African future, the immediate question for us, because a part of me is a history student, by the way, so a part of me knows that you can only embrace the future by thoroughly embracing your past. So that is why the elements which come out in the line we have curated for Luju, basically the line is trying to bridge the gap between the past the present and the future, because we believe that we can also rope in the youth within our tradition by giving them things which are going to appeal to them. From the colors that we choose to the fabrics that we choose. So what we have done, for instance, within Luju, we know that shweshwe, one can think that if someone is wearing something that is made of shweshwe, it has to be conservative, because we are naturally conservative society as a Maswati. So, but what we have done with the shweshwe fabric was basically give it a bit of life. Blend it with some other fabrics which speak to the future of because we are very big on bringing in the youth to how we are very big on bringing the youth of Eswatini and basically the world to the conversation of how Eswatini should be, because beyond just being a brand, we also want to introduce Eswatini to the world through how they look. So we have done our very best to make sure that there is a blended wrapper across generations, the past, the present, and the future. If you are going to, again, which I kindly invite everyone to come through to come watch the fashion show, you will appreciate how SR believes the African future should look, taking all influences from the past and the present. And we also we believe that as Africans, we are lively, we are vivacious. And this comes through the colors we have chosen to go with, because even the festival itself is a celebration of color. It's African fabrics. If anyone speaks of African fabric, immediately color pops up in your mind. So we've done our best to also do best or do justice by Luju and by Standard Bank. We believe that the bank has done well globally, and the best we can do as a SARA as well is join in on those celebrations of the bank, but specifically within the theme within the fashion paradigm. We have basically done our research to make sure that this future we're talking about is as African as possible, but driving is the key detail of being a proud Eswatini brand, because we are saying Africa, come to Eswatini as Eswatini goes to the world. And the colors, you are going to see a bit of Kente there, you are going to see Lihia is going to be there, importantly, and also the shweshwe is going to be there, but creatively also within the aesthetic of SR, because our intention as SR is to be a global brand that is engineered in Eswatini aesthetic. So we believe that we can only do that by thorough research within the alignment of our partners, which is House on Fire and Luju, essentially Standard Bank. So basically we've tried to blend all those elements to speak to the future, definitely.
Exciting you hear say all of this. Just a comment, and I just take us to a recent trip I made to Tanzania, and I met a young South African man who's in the Amapiano space, and he was out there performing, and we all know that Amapiano has taken the world by storm. I mean, we're just talking about this kind of renaissance and how African heritage and culture is finding space in the world through mediums like Amapiano, or genres rather, like Amapiano. And he was saying that the big takeaway for him as a leading musician in the space was the validation that he felt through the recognition of his music being accepted globally. And you can imagine what that means for anybody. Just coming back to, talking about our local traditional cloth, the patterns, the designs, the textures, and, speaking to food. And going back to the tagline, a return to the African future, it is about trying to retrieve, bring forward, that inquiry, that research. How does past inform present? How can we elevate and celebrate who we are and where we are, particularly within the context of globalization? And these are the exciting opportunities. And, to be able to see you achieve that as a designer at Luju is really fascinating. But that validation dynamic is so critical within the context of what we're talking about. And I think this platform certainly kind of offers people that opportunity. To be able to do this requires partners like Standard Bank who, invest in this cultural platform that supports SMEs like Skonyan. So it's there's so many wonderful dynamics to this, and this is why I was saying earlier, it's a very exciting project to embark on annually. There's the Food and Fashion Indaba, that's a new platform this year that creates, a very dedicated space to unpacking the business of the food and fashion spaces. So there's a real commitment towards growth and validating who we are and where we are. And for Standard Bank Food and Lifestyle Festival, this is so important. This is the bigger picture, and it speaks to growth.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Philani, speaking of growth, I mean, you've had such an inspiring journey with the festival. You came in as a trader, and then here you are now showcasing and trading still. You'll be showcasing, we know that you're one of the official Luju designers, and you'll be showcasing your collection on the MasterCard stage, which we're really excited to see, in line with this year's African Futurism fashion theme. But can you just tell us, maybe take us through that journey from when you first came to the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival and where you are now? Can you just detail that growth and the impact?
The growth detail within our Luju presence. Our first interaction with the festival, our first presence at the festival, we came into the picture as basically to do a bit of research, like understand the entire concept of Luju, and then understand the market that Luju appeals to. Because we didn't want to we didn't want to have assumptions on what Luju is about. So we came with a beautiful collection just to see what the people were going to react to, and the idea behind that was to understand basically what the people who come to Luju prefer in terms of the fabrics, the colors, and stuff. That's why I earlier mentioned that our understanding by now is that Luju, the festival itself, is the best of color, but within the African context, essentially. So over time, then the idea has been that if anyone comes to us, at Skonya, and for Luju, what comes to my mind essentially initially is how best can I bring this person's personality to life through the colors I'm going to recommend to them, then the fabrics. And over time we have grown to understand that anyone who comes to Luju wants to stand out, and they better stand out through the colors of the fabrics that they are wearing. So and then we are at a point in time where we are comfortable with whatever we recommend to anyone who comes to Luju, and the festival itself has also given us an opportunity to interact with people. It's given us a very healthy contact point to anyone who aspires to be an SR client, because we believe that anyone who comes here is discerning enough to know that SR is a good brand or it isn't brand. So if that also again stems from the alignment I spoke of earlier within the Luju and Standard Bank. And we are at a point in time where we believe that we are confident enough to be at every Luju edition, because from the stalls that we might have at Luju, or to whatever we showcase within the fashion show, or whatever we have selling on the night of Luju at Dallas Spaces, it speaks to our research over years within our research and understanding of what Luju is about, the color, the fabrics, and basically how we help individuals accentuate their personalities, from how they look to how basically to how they work within the venue, because we believe that if you look good, you feel good, and it's going to come out in you. There's going to be an extra spring in your step. And SR basically, the spring, the S and the R in spring, basically, one can safely say that they speak to SR, because we try to add a bit of life to anyone's outfit, and we have done that better through our presence at Luju over the years. From the first time we came here, I think we were part of one of the talks. That again gave us an idea of what exactly people want to within Luju. And the second time as traders, again we got some insights, and now we believe that we are going to be adding more springs into the people's steps as Luju grows, and as we grow together with Luju and Standard Bank. That's been our story with Luju so far.
Love it. It's beautiful.
Oh.
And of course, Standard Bank, House on Fire, you've witnessed many designers and entrepreneurs in the culinary space grow with the brand. And what has maybe been some of your proud moments, over the years, since the very first edition, seeing people who've been here since the very first one? Because it's beautiful to I mean, it speaks to legacy, doesn't it? Like seeing traders who come, work with us and grow with us over the years. What have been your proudest moments there? What does that say to you? What does it say about the brand and its impact?
Maybe I'll start. Yeah, Piwa, it's fascinating. These festival events date back many years now. We were saying Luju, 6 years old. And there is a real legacy to it. A lot of the traders who have come through Bushfire and Luju have been able to establish their own privately run food operations, restaurants. So it's wonderful to see how we've been part of that process. We don't claim total responsibility for that, but we've certainly been enablers in terms of creating platforms and spaces where traders and producers like yourselves can come in and operate within a very unique environment and have access to a market, both a local and regional, global market. So it's very important to have that kind of intersection and that touch point, to engage, to get feedback. How do you set up, from a trader, food trade, the production and the logistics that go into an operation, what works, what doesn't. No, let me swing that the next year, and you come back with a reformatted concept. So there's the opportunity to kind of, reinvent as you go along. And you see this in the growth of traders. And this is the legacy we speak to. So it does speak to process and time. We all understand that, we all develop gradually through learnings. But this is what this platform supports. And it's wonderful to see local brands really come to the fore. And a lot of people who come to our festivals remark on the quality that they experience, both in the fashion and food environments. And we haven't really been speaking to the music space this evening, but, household names now who take to the stage, who are traveling outside of Eswatini into the region and globally. We've got some exciting news. I won't say anything now, but the local artists will be traveling internationally shortly. And it's through the platforms, that we set up here that offer that leg up, that ability to showcase and go through the motions. It's really amazing. And again, thank you to Standard Bank for investing in this cultural platform and for the support of SMEs and being part of this legacy.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's really an honor to see the brand making such good waves, and of course, more than anything, making such an impact. I think my highlight is always, trying to get hold of local fashion designers towards Luju, and all of them telling you they're fully booked. I think that will forever be a highlight for me. A time when you can't get hold of any designer and you're trying to get an outfit, because this also then means there's an overspill to local tailors who also get to benefit and get to make some money as well. So I actually think local designers like Sconian actually have a bigger task to lift as they rise, to lift future local fashion designers, but to also lift local tailors and get them to the level of fashion designers like yourselves, and curating and establishing brands, growing brands like you have done for yourself. So really, I think for me that's really been my highlight, and I think what actually makes it even more heartwarming and actually even gives us optimism and just really the enthusiasm to wake up and keep doing what we do is the ripple effect it has on the local Emaswati. I think we always speak of proudly Eswatini, but Luju really demonstrates proudly Eswatini, done by Emaswati for Emaswati. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Skonyan, back to you. You know, I actually discovered late that you have a name outside Skonyan. Honestly, I was like, Skonyan is not your name?
Skonya
What
is
do
my
you
name.
mean?
Well.
Surprise, surprise.
Well.
Right? Exactly. So,
Yeah.
how have you leveraged the Luju platform for your business growth?
All right. So what Luju has done for us, the introduction to new clients, essentially, because when people want to look good at Luju, I want to believe we are one of the first few probably Swazi brands that they think of, because of work we have done at Luju, work we've done alongside Luju over the past couple of years. So the association with the Luju brand has done very good by us, and we believe we've done very good by the brand as well. So it's been a very important journey, because by now, as we speak, we are very busy with Luju orders. We are busy with Luju, with the items we'll be showcasing at the fashion show. So all this basically speaks to the power of our presence at Luju. It also speaks to the growth that Umkhaya has been speaking about, of the bank, and also the growth of Luju's growth. So as both properties have grown, we believe that so have we grown by associating with these two powerful brands. And we believe that we will grow for as long as they grow, and we will grow for as long as we are within the mix of both brands. And we look forward to making even more magic for Maswati in the world through the empowerment we receive from House on Fire, or Luju, and Standard Bank. That is our story with association with both brands, essentially.
Beautiful. And of course, as a leading food and fashion event in the region, that's good news for local, fashion designers like yourself, because it means access to regional markets, doesn't it?
We look forward to those markets as well,
Yeah.
bit by bit.
Yeah,
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
love it. Now, maybe a question for us all as we wrap up the show. We're not closing yet, but we're nearing the end of our show tonight, which is really sad, because this has been so insightful and really exciting and appetizing. Without the food.
Where is the food? Is the food coming, Pivo?
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
So, what are you looking forward to at this year's festival? I'll start with you. We know that you're participating and you're involved quite heavily in this year's festival. So, what are you looking forward to?
The one thing we're looking forward to in this year's festival, basically, is learning from our colleagues with whom we'll be working at the fashion show, the brand which we'll be showcasing, because one of our brand anchors as Spanish Republic, is to learn on how some of our industry colleagues do things, not to copy them, but to inspire ourselves also to reach that level of magic. And we look forward to a beautiful night of fashion, particularly the fashion show and the other elements, the music and the food. But we also look forward to singing Maswati and the better part of Africa looking beautiful on the day, because if you see something that is appetizing within the venue, it's a learning opportunity for us, because you get to appreciate, maybe there's a chance to learn about new fabrics.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity to learn about a new design which can inspire you to come up with your own other new designs. And also, we basically look forward to a celebration of being African, being Swati, and of course celebrating the spirit of freedom, because we believe arts it's basically how we can best express our freedom as people, our freedom to look good, freedom to eat what we want to eat. As this festival basically is a cocktail of all those things. There's food, there's fashion. So the festival is going to be giving us an opportunity to look forward to many things on both days of the festival, and we can't wait to dress the people, and of course see how other brands have done to dress whoever else will be attending on the day. Those are things we are looking forward to as a SAR.
Lovely. We can't wait. We can't wait to be dressed by you. And speaking of the fashion, I'm so excited for the fashion show. You're putting together 6 amazing, unique designs, a collection exclusively for Luju, in line with our theme, African Futurism. How's that going? We're 2 weeks away. Not to put you under pressure.
It's been an overwhelming experience, because we are trying to introduce a new new aesthetic, a new feel to the brand. We are trying to reposition ourselves in the space,
Right.
and we are doing that. We are doing that within a theme which has also pushed us a bit out of our comfort zone, because we have mostly focused on streetwear, but this time around we've decided to say there are many sides to SR. There are sides which have been bespoke. Our collection for the fashion show is an element of bespoke. Bespoke, which again celebrates our identity as a Maswati, a Maswati existing within the context of Africa, because we are not going to leave that element out. So it's been inspiring, it's been insightful, and more than anything exciting, because we believe that we look forward to stealing the night, the show on the night.
You can do it all. Steal the night and
yes.
the show.
Definitely. So yeah, definitely. That's what we're trying to be about for this particular one. Thank you. Yeah.
Jigs, what are you looking forward to at this year's
Sure,
festival?
so many things, Pio. I think, firstly, just for a successful festival, to be able to elevate the experience and, take the festival experience up a few notches. I think as a festival team, we consistently strive to better on what we've done the year before.
Yes.
So that's a key objective for us, and we're consistently striving towards that with the various projects that we're currently involved in. So we can certainly commit to that. Look out for an amazing Standard Bank Luju 2024 Food and Lifestyle Festival. I'm also looking forward to how people interpret the themes this year. We've mentioned roots in the food environment, in the culinary space, and African futurism in the fashion environment. How do people interpret that? How do they bring that look and feel in terms of what they wear? How do people present roots? We speak about kind of decolonizing the palette. There will be those discussions. A return to some of the staples, and discussing how we elevate those and how we bring the staples back into the fore. So I'm looking forward to those discussions within the context of the food and fashion indaba. Those industry discussions, those panel discussions, the sharing of best practice, and really elevating the industries. This new food fashion indaba is really going to give a much needed spotlight to the development of those industries in Eswatini. So really excited for that. I'm also really looking forward to my outfit.
Ooh.
I'm planning to give a bit more time to the creation of my outfit, because to be honest, I normally plan it in maybe the last 2 days before the festival.
I think we've probably
this is
all
private
done that.
information.
Maybe one, Luju. It's just like
I would imagine Pio starts planning like a couple of months before.
tell you
It's a
something.
dead giveaway, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, when you
That's
have
really
local
hard.
designers on speed dial, you know.
Yeah, so much to look forward to. And
lot.
if you haven't got your tickets, quickly get out there
Grab your
and
tickets.
grab your tickets now.
Now.
Standard Bank Food and Lifestyle Festival is going to be the bomb. It's the buzz.
It's the
Yes,
buzz.
it's definitely
It's
gonna be the buzz.
And you, Celia, what are you looking forward to?
Quite a lot. I'm really looking forward to a lot of things, but more than anything, I'm really looking forward to seeing how we will hoist the flag of Eswatini sky high in the context of the African continent. I think there's a lot of magic that's created in this beautiful country we call home that's really not spoken much about, and I think the Luju Food and Festival really gives us an opportunity to really continue hoisting this flag of ours in Eswatini. Looking forward to hosting, of course, some of our colleagues from the other Africa regions. Would be nice to showcase who we are. And again, I think the food and fashion indaba for me is quite a highlight, and I'm really excited for that. So I'll keep punting and calling out and encouraging eMaswati to participate, to apply. Please take advantage of these opportunities. Alivela kancane in Siswati, so I'd really just encourage eMaswati to apply, to participate as well, and really take advantage of learning, and of course just get to share some skills and knowledge with other local fashion designers and foodies who've walked the journey before them. Again, I think I'm looking forward to just seeing the hive of activity across the festival. You know, I think it's always nice to walk and interact across the different strands. I'm very excited for the culinary experience, of course. So, and of course, grateful to our partners and Pick and Pay for that. And I'm grateful more than anything to MasterCard, who's come on board fully as well to just support that culinary space. So really excited for that, to interact with the different festival strands. And yeah, I think people always worry if they can bring their children. Jigs did mention that it's a family-friendly environment, so always nice to see families coming out. The sun is out, parents are looking gorgeous and hot and beautiful, and the children as well. There's something literally for every bee, so please.
For every bee.
Like, this is the quiz for Spusile. If you get this right, there's a special prize.
Please, I hope it's 5 tickets, Jake. I get asked a lot for tickets.
So, how many stages are there this year at Luju?
Jeez, that's literally putting me on the spot there. But my guess is there's 4 stages this year, because I hear there's other stage that you're putting together for the youngins, for the youth. Am I correct?
No. Spusile, there are 5. There are 5 stages this year at the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival.
That's a show.
That's growth.
Wow, very excited, Jigs, for that. I'm going to be hunting for the 5th stage, please. So if you see me walking around the festival grounds a lot, I'm looking for that 5th stage. And well done, House on Fire, for that.
Just very quickly, those stages. We've got the main stage. We've got the MasterCard stage.
Yes.
We've got the Buzz. This stage will transform into a youthful stage,
space.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we've got, I'm giving you another chance to win the tickets.
My sister, at this point, I'm
beehive?
hopeless. I was really sure before.
And then
Which is the kids' zone.
That's nice.
that's the one we're searching for.
That's the one that we're searching for, please. That's the one I'm
Stella
finding.
Artois stage. Okay, there we go.
That's
amazing.
nice.
Congratulations, Luju. 5 stages of nothing but goodness, wholesomeness, and growth. Thank you so much. Thank you. But before we leave, since you can't win the tickets, let's at least give a chance to our viewers. What do you think?
Please do
let's
give
our
away
viewers a
tickets
chance.
to our
I know
viewers.
they were listening attentively. Our last question for this evening is list the 3 partners for the Luju Premium Experience. The 3 partners.
Yeah.
And please do comment on our comment section right here on YouTube, as well as on our social media pages, for a chance to walk away with amazing prizes, including the Luju Festival tickets. Thank you all for participating and for watching, for interacting, and for listening attentively. It's truly been an amazing show, and we cannot wait to have you join us as we eat, sway, love from the 2nd to the 3rd of August right here at House on Fire in Eswatini. It will be a sensory experience for the whole family, and we're calling on all fashionistas, foodies, as well as lovers of Afrocentric music to join us for another memorable edition. I cannot wait. I can't wait to step in my Luju best, dazzling fashion, represent Eswatini's local talents, in so many ways, from the culinary space, but also to be part of creating a regional experience, an event that puts Eswatini on the regional map. Congratulations, House on Fire. Congratulations, Standard Bank. Congratulations, Ghanaian Republic, for the growth that you have enjoyed through the Luju Festival, and to all the 5 designers who will be joining us as well. As mentioned, please do mention the outfits that you are wearing one last time, because we are wearing local. Sibusile, I'll start with you.
Thank you so much, and a big shout out and thank you to Alva for putting this outfit together for me. Really appreciate it, and I'm hoping that I can still give Alva a ring so I can order an outfit for the actual festival. So I am dressed by Alva, but I got my outfit from Dallas Spaces.
You're looking great.
Thank you.
So I'm dressed by Rough Cuts, And as I mentioned earlier, I put this jacket on, and my wife said, "Jigs, buy it." So rough cuts, if you're watching, I'm making a purchase. Zing.
And you can buy it via Unayo, by the way.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. I love it. Let's do it the Unayo way. How about that?
Please.
Konyan,
And,
Pilani, a.k.a. Pilani.
Well, for ethical reasons, I'm dressed by Esther. Well, there's no place like
Ethical
home, but yeah,
Please.
it's
Try to begins at home.
proudly, fully made in Setegi.
Love it.
Halala.
Okay.
Thank you.
Love it for Steggy.
Love it for
Love
Steggy.
Thank you.
And I am dressed by Intrenture Couture,
Ooh.
who will also be showcasing on the MasterCard stage, the fashion show, which will take place on the Saturday, is it? 7 p.m. We will all be gathered
Love
to
it.
witness the dazzling one-of-a-kind designs that our 5 local designers will be showcasing on the stage. Really amazing. To think this was just a teaser. This
Right.
was just a warm-up. The appetizer, as we call it.
Yeah.
And a big thank you, of course, to our partners who helped us put together this amazing set. I'm trying to stay modest and humble, but can we just please? The set is amazing.
No,
It
brilliant.
models, it
Absolutely
screams
brilliant.
Luju. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Cork & Co. Wines. Thank you to our designers. Thank you to the staff that put this together. And, of course, thank you to Destiny Group for helping us capture these amazing conversations with this live stream. Thank you, thank you. A round of applause for our partners once again. All right, please do stay tuned to our digital platforms for more information about the festival. Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival on Facebook, at Luju Festival on Instagram and Twitter. And of course, please follow Standard Bank's pages for more information on the Luju Premium Experience, on Unayo, how you can purchase your tickets on Unayo, discounted tickets on Unayo, as well as more information on the Standard Bank outlets that you can purchase your tickets from in Babane, Ezulwini, and Manzini. And you can also purchase tickets right here at House on Fire at Malandela's Lifestyle Center at Dala Spaces. Yeah, keep up with the buzz on social media. We've got you. Until then, 3 words. What are 3 magic words?
We love,
Eat.
love, love. We pray.
And
Love. Okay, let's start that again. That was the rehearsal.
Please.
Right, come on, right.
Like,
Sorry. I should have just done that.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay, and with that, let's get ready to eat, sway, love.
You are growing now. Your dreams are becoming reality. What was impossible yesterday is possible today. Whether you're planning for your family's future, building your legacy, buying your first home, or achieving your academic milestones, you have found a partner to transact with, lend from, insure with, and invest with. You've discovered a bank that grows with you. With Standard Bank, you have the power to make your dreams a reality. From secure online transactions and flexible lending options to comprehensive insurance coverage and smart investment opportunities, we've got you. Experience the confidence of banking with a partner who is as committed to your growth as you are. Because at Standard Bank, we believe in turning possibilities into extraordinary achievements. Now that's growth. Standard Bank.